It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. For the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slips free.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. The Steelers, of course, had all the questions lingering with Le'Veon Bell. Tip of the cap to James Conner. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Trubisky will throw. Dancing in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky on the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Football switches hands back to Pittsburgh. And speaking of the Steelers, that loss last week to Oakland did them no favors. A very surprising defeat. But they had a chance, if they had won that game, to put a little separation between them and Baltimore.
And we all expected that going in, didn't we? They were favored going to Oakland to win against a Raiders team that had won 2 games prior to that one. You knew Baltimore was going to have a struggle in Kansas City. We probably thought that they would lose, and they did in overtime. That would give them a much
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Roethlisberger will throw. Under Jonathan Bullard. In there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as he guys will get the football back. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 18. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Running with Howard. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all... chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do, hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. This is taken about 7 yards deep. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now it's Connor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On third down, Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive, and
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. To begin quarter number 2, they are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 36 yards out. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now it's Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Two men minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Well, the Los Angeles Rams not yet owners of a first-round bye. They have clinched the NFC West, first in the NFL to win their division. But last week, surprisingly, only put up 6 points in that loss at Chicago.
Not surprising overall in terms of defensive struggle, because you had the last 2 defensive players of the year in the NFL playing in that game. Aaron Donald for the Rams and Khalil Mack for the Bears. And the Bears have been strong on D all year long. What I found interesting was how the Bears scored their touchdown. Right? Trick play, backup offensive tackle, catches a touchdown pass. How often do you see that?
Not very often. By the way, going to make a big difference whether the Rams play in 70-degree L.A. or 20-degree Chicago. A little bit different for the weather style.
It certainly is, which means that down the stretch, the Rams still have to play excellent football. Just because they won the division, they can't kick back. They need to lock up one of those 2 home field byes to start the playoffs.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Still going. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Rams are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Roethlisberger escaping into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Super 1.
After the interception, here's Goff. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. The final shot before break here. Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tyler Higbee as time expires in the first half. And the Rams add on to their lead. And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And the Rams getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw on second down is gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats. And that was the Giants' home game. They designated it. And Alec Ogletree had a big game. I mean, he had a pick six for a touchdown, a bunch of tackles, and his cleats were for autism awareness. What a perfect time to put that on stage. His cause, his cleats, and a big game as well.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
76.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rudolph on first down. From the left side, complete. That's James. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this,
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance.
Oh, this is blocked. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down. Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third down. Now Rudolph. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there. As his guys will get the football back. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From his goal line here, gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Robert Woods. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 83 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Again, they run with Gurley. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On first down, it's Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Rudolph now to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Now Rudolph on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Rudolph throwing on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Here's Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They run with Keller. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
He's going to, and this is caught. They give him a gain of 38. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, They're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.